Tumaas ang bilang ng mga Pinoy na naniniwalang sila'y mahirap.
Ayon sa mga pag-aaral ng child rights group na Save the Children, mas lumala pa noong 2015 ang problema sa malnutrisyon sa Pilipinas.
Sa dami ng umaakyat sa Baguio City, usad pagong ang mga sasakyan sa northbound lane ng Marcos Highway.
Traffic, basura, kahirapan, malnutrisyon, iba't ibang mga problema kinakaharap ng ating lungsod. Ngunit ano nga ba talagang pinag-ugatan ng mga ito? Halina at sumama sa lungsod ng Baguio upang tuklasin. Katotohanan ay ating alamin. Sa Dokyumentao.
Kasalukuyan po tayong papunta sa City Camp proper upang kumalap ng mga impormasyon patungkol sa pangunahing problema sa ating lungsod, ang overpopulation. Tara, samahan niyo.
For 2019, ha? Yung overall population ng aming barangay noong 2019 is 2,373. So, ang pinakamarami doon, syempre yung adult na 2,112. Tapos ang children naman is 248. Actually, included na dito, yung sa senior citizen, included na sila dito sa adult. May mga programs ang government natin na sinusunod namin. Kunyari sa mga bata, sa pagbibigay ng mga vitamins, deworming, mga injection sa health centers. Natutuganan kasi naano nila yung binibigay nilang supply, binibase nila kung ilang bata ang nasa barangay.
Hindi po ba natutulang yung mga vitamina na?
So far, hindi naman natutulang. Palagay ko hindi.
Hindi pa.
Yun nga lang, wala nang space sa mga bahay ba? In between sa mga bahay-bahay. Wala nang space para pagtaniman, wala nang space para paglaruan ng mga bata. Dahil sa liit din naman ang allotted na para sa mga kabahay. Malawak na kalupaan dito sa City Camp proper. Bakit hindi natin gawin housing para hindi man masyadong congested yung mga ibang group, diba? Ni-aim natin na magkaroon sana ng ganun. Kaya nang napunta tayo sa lugar na wala ng space. Yung mga taga-provincia o other places, wag na lang sanang mag-settle dito. Siyempre, alam naman natin na ang Baguio City, Center for Education, di ba? Pag sanang nakatapos na mag-aaral yung mga nandito, inuwi na sa kanilang probinsya na hindi pa mag-aasawa na dito na rin nag-settle sa Baguio. Kaya dumadami ang tao.
Maganda po yan.
Inuwi na sa kanilang Kasi yung iba, nag-aaral na dito, nagkatrabaho na dito, nagpamilya na, umuwi na lang sa kanilang probinsya pagka magbabakasyon. Sana huwag yung damihan yung anak nila. Mag-limit na lang ng number of children.
sa akin, mga 1 million, 10 million, or half million, or 5 million.
Population ngayon sa Baguio is siguro sa ngayon nasa around 50 to 60,000.
Nasa ano? Tapos depende pa siya sa ipapangat araw-araw. Alam ko ano.
Para sa akin, yung big ng overpopulation kasi since nasa province naman kami, nandun sa Baguio. Kasi pagdating ko ng Baguio kasi dami na akong pinuntahan sa Manila. Parang kinonvert ko kasi yung style niya, parang umiinit na kasi dito sa Baguio. Kung mapapansin mo minsan, hindi naman ganito yung style ng yung klima ng Baguio dati. Hindi siya mainit or kasi na-feel ko nung December, alam ko nga malamig ng December. Yun isang effect ng para sa akin, mainit kasi sa Baguio. And then, sa jeep naman o sa pagsasakay ka ng jeep, ng taxi, minsan nare-reject ka kasi nga puno na yung isang effect din naman doon is mainit siya. So, parang kino-compare ko na sa Manila. Pero hindi naman masyado na dikit yung klima o yung panahon. Yung temperature pala, I mean. So para sa akin, hindi naman masama na madaming tao dito. Masama lang kasi mas lalo na ngayon yung overpopulation sa about sa sakit o sa ubo. Minsan doon nag-aawan kasi sa overpopulation sa dami ng tao. Sa dami ng hindi mo na alam kung saan galing yung mga sakit nila. O kaya yung mainit. And then sa family din naman, minsan may nawawalang bata sa sobrang dami, hindi mo na mahanapan. And then lalo pag piyesta, dami talaga yung tao. Para sa akin, medyo siksik na rin sa amin. Ang masakit pa, hindi natin alam kung mas lalo yung the next generation.
Dami rin anak. Kahit may basurahan, hindi na kung alam na maglagay sa saan nilalagay ng mga basurahan. Saan sa lalim ng sasakyan. Super traffic na kasi kulang na yung daanan yung sasakyan kasi hindi na madaanan. Kung may bibisita man dito, may sitira na turista, kailangan na sarili nilang parking space o kaya lang lugar na titirahan para hindi nakakabala sa iyo. Mag-aanak sila, dapat kaya nilang alagaan para hindi kakalat na.
Family planning lang.
Ma'am, good morning. We are the researcher from University of Cordilleras, and we are conducting a research about the overpopulation here in Baguio.
Overpopulation actually can be measured in many ways. Overpopulation actually can be measured in many ways. One is the carrying capacity of the place. What do we mean by carrying capacity? The number of people that should be within the area. Like for instance, Baguio City. Maybe I'll be answering your next question if I give Baguio City as an example. Baguio City was designed by Mr. Burnham. Kaya nga meron tayo yung Burnham Park. It is only designed for 25,000 people. That's the carrying capacity of Baguio City. So that if it goes beyond the 25,000, then there is overpopulation. It can also be measured in terms of yung ability of the locality to provide the needed services, resources, for a growing population. So that kapag hindi kayang ibigay yung services na yun, then you can say there is overpopulation. Yeah. So there are many ways to say na ang area is really overpopulated. Definitely, because I said it is designed by Mr. Burnham for only 25,000 people, and we are now 345,366 as against the 25,000 carrying capacity. So the official data is actually 2015 because PSA conducts it every 10 years. That's their mandate. And then kung there's enough money to provide it, they can do interim census every 5 years. So the latest is 2015. The population growth rate is 1.5, which means yun yung bilis ng pagdami ng population. That is 1.5. Looking at the macro level, let's discuss yung macro, yung city as a whole. I think everyone experienced that with a growing population, may corresponding effect ito in terms of our resources. In economics, what are these resources? We usually call them the 4 M's of economy. 4 M's, that is, do we have money to sustain a growing population? Do we have manpower to provide the services? Ano yung services? Services for the newborn, services for the mothers, services for the elderly, services for the education group, which schools and the like. Also, services for the for employment. Can we provide those services? So it also talks about, syempre, if you, like Baguio, we are highly urbanized, then we should be using new equipments to answer whatever problems we have here. And we also have to purchase a lot of materials and supplies, gaya ng ating mga government hospitals. Pag maraming nagkakasakit, pag maraming na-admit, can we provide, apart from the service, the medicines required? Yeah. So, another effect is on the environment, which is very prevalent in Baguio City. Anong nangyari dito sa environment natin? If your parents were here, they would say Baguio in the early times was very beautiful talaga. If you look at the mountains, what do you see? You see a lot of pine trees, and you see the yellow thing. Ano yun? Yung bulaklak na yun. Sunflower. Everywhere talaga you will see pine trees and sunflower. And the smell of pine trees, you could really experience it. But now, you look around, what do you see?
Houses.
Yes, houses. So, kapag maraming houses, nako-congest, we're becoming congested na eh. What happens? We experience a lot of traffic, we experience shortage in water, especially during summer. We experience waste problems. Saan dinadump ang waste natin? Every day, the data was in 2011 pa, 150 kilos every day ang waste materials natin. I think now it has turned into tons. Saan natin i-dump yun? And this garbage produces methane, and we inhale that, especially those around Irisan. In fact, may mga areas dito na highly polluted. One na identified is yung paakyat, Malcolm Square going up, Secession. Minomonitor nila yan yung air doon kasi highly polluted na siya. Ayan. So, when the air is highly polluted, when we have scarce resources, who gets affected? Tayo na residents, diba? The agricultural lands here, because of population, demand for housing, yung mga agricultural nawala. They all became residential. They all became business areas. Even the residential houses were converted as central business district. Di ba dati, bahay yung along, anong church yan? Pink Sisters. Going to Navy base, puro bahay yan. What happened now? Puro mga eateries, lahat na, no? So, these things, when there is overpopulation, it affects our resources. And of course, may corresponding effect sa environment. Ayan. So, yun po yung effect. So, if you go down family level, no, if you only have how much your father earns, sabihin na natin 350 per day lang. If there's another adding to be born, that 350, when it used to be sustaining 5 members of the family, maging 6, 7, then ano yung ipapakain? So, at the macro, meron ng effect all the more at the family level. Nagkakaroon ng effect because we're not able to sustain the basic needs of the members of the family. Ganon din sa macro. Hindi natin na-sustain ang kailangan ng bawat citizen, no? Bawat inhabitants ng Baguio City. So, kakaroon ng effect in terms of services, later the environment, then later may effect sa health. So, we don't actually experience quality life, which is our aim. Kaya tayo nag-work, no? That's why we go to school, because later we want to have a better life, a better quality of life, which we actually cannot achieve kung mas marami yung papakainin na population, services na ipoprovide in the life. So, nako-compromise ang development ng area. Kasi ang naibibigay mo lang yung pangangailangan ng population. Wala tayong na-set aside for development. Kaya hindi natin na-achieve yung quality of life. Of course, di ba, na-mention ko na yung interplay of a growing population, yung effect niya sa resources and environment, yung effect mismo sa family. Kaya nga, marami pong developmental aspects na nako-compromise because of a growing population. In fact, this is a good chance to promote our program because you're directly hitting, no, yung isa sa programa namin. One of our major program is responsible parenting and family planning. If we have to define responsible parenthood, it's defined as the ability of both couples to provide the basic needs and aspirations of the family members. If you talk about basic needs, ano ito? Basic needs, diba? Food, shelter, clothing, no? Schooling, yan. And of course, the other things that you need in school, no? Like your allowances and the like. Ayan. So, if we don't become responsible, then it means we're not providing yung ultimate goal natin na a better quality of life. And how do we solve this at the family level? Part of responsible parenting is being able to plan, no? When to have a family. Kagaya nyo, you should be planning na, at age 28, dun lang ako mag-aasawa. Mga ganun, no? You should be able to plan how many children you want. With a meager income, ilan lang ang pwedeng pakainin nito, income that I have, no? It's not only planning the number of children, but also planning when to have another child. Halimbawa, may pinanganak ng isa. Kailan yung isa, yung susunod? If I intend to have 3 children, kailangan ba magkakasunod? Kaya ba ng bulsa? Kaya ba ng katawan ng mother? So these are the things that you consider, no? Planning when to get married, planning how many children you should have, planning when to have the next child. So, very important yung spacing and limiting. This is where the family planning program comes in as part of being responsible parents. Ang hirap din naman na, I'm sure, what methods do you know right now? No? Kasi when you say family planning, there should be a deliberate intention to space the number, to space yung pregnancy. So, para maging deliberate siya, no? Kasi iplaplanuhin mo when the other child comes in. You should be using a certain family planning commodity. Aware ba kayo kung ano yung mga FP commodities? Sa natural, meron tayong 5. We have the cervical mucus method, the BBT or the basal body temperature method. We also have the standard days method. We also have the 2 days method. And then a combination of the cervical mucus and the basal body temperature. And of course, yung LAM, lactational amenorrhea method, which is only good for 6 months. And may mga criteria ito para magamit siya as family planning method. No? We also have the artificial. Anong artificial methods do you know? Huh? You don't take these things in school. We have pills. No? Ano pa? We use IUD. No? May mga permanent methods tayo, BTL, which is bilateral tubal ligation or the vasectomy, non-scalpel vasectomy. What other methods do we have? Injectables. Ngayon, we have the implanon, the implants. No? Those are among the methods we have, na popular methods we have in the Philippines. But we also discourage na yung mga traditional. Ano yung traditional? Withdrawal. No? We also have the rhythm and the calendar. Bakit natin dinidiscourage na ang mga ito? Kasi walang scientific basis for saying na, oh, I'm fertile on these days. I am not fertile on these days. Wala siya. So we don't make use of that. We only introduce these modern methods, both natural and artificial, na merong basis, no, na magsasabi when you are fertile and when you are not. Okay? So, I hope ma-dispel yun. Meron din tayong folklore eh. Ano yun? Yung tinitinda sa Session Road. Ma'am, ugat-ugat. Ugat-ugat, pamparegla. Yung mga ganun. We also don't make use of that anymore. Yeah. So those are the popular methods in family planning that will help you space. No? Plan when the next child is coming and limit kung na-reach mo na yung desired number of children. But most often, anong reality, even with the introduction of this, ang studies would show na may 1 child gap. So if they wanted 3 children, nagkakaroon sila 4. Because hindi nila ino-observe or kung merong mga users, hindi religiously observe yung methods. Or, ipinasa Diyos. Kung kailangan na 4, BSED accepted. Yung mga ganun na reasoning without considering yung ability nila to raise these children. Okay? So, I hope that answers it. You were talking about the program. So, that's just one program. We also have another program which we call Adolescent Health and Development Program. If you've been reading, I think this was in 2014 or 2013, CAR was considered, the most or number 1 in terms of teenage pregnancy. Yes. Although lately bumaba na siya, but it's not the same parameters kasi iba yung nag-conduct nung 2013, iba na naman yung NDHS yung 2013 is YAFS, Young Adult Fertility and Sexuality Survey. Tapos yung findings ng National Demographic Health Survey, bumaba na daw. But we have been receiving data that as early as 8 years old, meron ng nanganganak na bata, 8 to 10, no? At the age of, usually at the age of 15 to 19, nakakadalawa na. 18-agers pa lang ang mga yan, no? Kaya, we have this program to give them the life skills. Actually, ang POPCOM, we really don't give you basic services. But we are more on technical assistance. Kung sa family planning, we lecture, no? We inform them anong gamit ng mga family planning methods. Ang ultimate service provider, which is our partner, co-manager in the program, is Department of Health. So pag may na-recruit na kaming gustong gumamit ng NEFP commodity, we refer them sa rural health units. We refer them to DOH for the service provision. Ganon din po sa adolescent health development program. Wala kaming direct na service. But again, we do IEC, no? Education campaign, yung mga ganyan. We do trainings to provide them yung information. Again, the services is provided by DOH. Kung halimbawa nabuntis na, ano yung service na pwede nilang i-provide. But we are also trying, although may cases na tayo ng pregnant teenagers, ang inaagapan natin na isa ay yung second pregnancy. Siyempre, wala pang trabaho yan, nag-aaral pa. Both, even the partner is still going to school. So, we try to prevent the second pregnancy para hindi mahirapan. And in our case, kapag nag-aaral ka pa lang at nabuntis ka na, ano nangyayari? Tendency you stop, no? Mahirap na makabalik pa kasi may baby ka na, pakakainin. Resources mo will go to the baby. So, wala na yung opportunities for higher education para makapaghanap ng mas magandang trabaho na curtail nyo rin. Ayan. So, that is adolescent health program. Our last is, we call it population and development integration. Like what I have discussed, a growing population has impact on development. So, ang target namin dito are the planners. Planners from different line agencies, from local government units. What do? We also provide training, we provide technical assistance on how to give a more responsive project. Kasi dapat, hindi lang kayo nag-aano ng project na out of the blues. You do certain situational analysis. So dito kailangan ma-inject yung population variables. Doon sila mag-a-analyze. Like, you were talking about PGR, population growth rate. Ina-analyze nila ang population growth rate. Ina-analyze nila ang crude birth rate. Anything related to population na indicators. So based on that, if there is a high crude birth rate, a high total fertility rate, a high population rate, which are magkakabit yan eh. Ano yung implication in terms of project? It would mean that, oops, we need more hospitals. Kasi maraming batang pinapanganak. We have to build more schools. Kasi in the future, magkukulang yung elementary schools natin. Preschools, we have to have preschools. If there is a growing elderly, no, old age population, then sa analysis would show na we will be needing more services for these senior citizens. Ano yung mga medical services, ano yung mga projects na pwede sa kanila para maging partners sila in development, hindi lang yung nandoon lang sa bahay, nag-iantay kung kailan kukunin ni Lord, yung mga ganang tipo. We have to make them productive kasi it's part of their graceful aging, yung ma-involve pa rin sila sa development. So, these are the things we do